Hi YouTube, Ben from the photography team.
Nathan here.
And we're going to do, not a quick video, it's never quick these days, a video just to say Happy New Year 2017, run through our plan for this year with YouTube, with our work, and also just give you a bit of a rewind back to 2016, why we done what we did back then, and yeah, where we're going this year.
So if we jump back to 2016, it's obviously the year when we really started to put some YouTube video, some content out. As you're aware, the biggest thing we did last year was changed camera systems.
Yeah, Canon to Fuji, and a big video about all that. And also one of our videos about us is talking about how we love Canon and things like that. And we do, there's nothing wrong with Canon. There's nothing wrong with most camera companies. We've just now found our love for Fuji and what the X-T2 is doing for us is a different way we're going with our photography, the mirrorless side of things, the lightness, smallest, all those kind of things. So we're not down in any other camera makers. We're just now sort of falling in love with the Fuji system.
Well, we did love our Canons. We started off on 5D Mark IIs. We then upgraded to 5D Mark IIIs. We had the top L glass.
Yeah.
So it was a big decision.
Massive. Yeah.
The new Fuji X-T2s have got everything that we need, and we're happy.
I'm being really happy, and we were so conscious that we made the wrong decision, and is it the right decision, and all of those things go through your mind, and learning a new system, spending out, getting the new system. But I mean, even all the love that you guys give us on YouTube and all the videos, it certainly proves, I think, that we've done the right decision, and you know, some of you guys may even be following because of these type of videos and that, and if we are helping, then that's good.
Well, they did reassure us when people were commenting saying that they've been swapping camera systems. Some people were going from Canon 1DXs, the Nikon D5s, where the top of the range cameras are, to Fuji. So we're happy with that.
Definitely.
Enough about Fuji, because obviously you know we love Fuji, because I think since we have changed to Fuji, we've gained so many more subscribers.
Yeah. So let's talk about this year. And the one big thing that we're going to go to this year and do some videos from is the Photography Show in the UK. We're going on Sunday the 19th of March. And if any of you guys are going that day, want to come and say hello, we'll certainly be about there. But while we're there, we're hoping to speak to a couple of people that we like, and we've done videos on before, which are suppliers, which would be Barbershop Bags, 4V Design. We want to go and see Fuji. We want to get our hands on a GFX, the nice medium format, see what we can get from there.
Which we're really excited about. We've seen some videos already on YouTube. Obviously some of the top sort of Fuji X photographers have been given demo versions of that camera. And just the image quality and the results that they're getting is amazing. So we would really like to get our hands on one of those at the show. Hopefully they'll allow us to put a memory card in so we can obviously take some images and have some review samples. And
because it's so, what we've seen and what we've read is so similar to the X-T2 in its usage. It should be so familiar to hand pick up. It'd be lovely.
But the modular design as well, where you can put different viewfinders on. There's a grip.
It'd be lovely.
Really nice. Lovely camera.
But when we go and see Barbershop and 4V, we've emailed them to basically say that we want to do some like one-to-ones on camera, give them a chance to explain a bit about their products. We can then show you around their stores and things like that. So we'll let you know whether they do or don't agree to that. I can't see why they won't.
No.
At the end of the day, we're advertising them, but we do like their products. We are not sponsored by them. We're not doing an advertisement for them. It's for the fact that we like it and we get on so well, the longevity of their gear. Yeah, some of it's expensive. I mean, people have commented to say, my God, you paid that much for that. But
photography is not cheap, is it?
No, but when you're using it at such a rate and, you need good stuff that lasts, as well as, you're going to pay a lot for a decent camera. Well, let's keep it safe and let's keep it,
I mean, we've all been there when we started off. We've bought maybe some cheap flashes, a cheap tripod, and after a month's worth of use, that bucket.
And I mean, I bought a cheap tripod and it broke. The metal sheared, and I've got a three-legged thing which are at the show, so we may even speak to them. And that's a great tripod. But we know everybody has to start somewhere as well, you know. And we were there. We had to start. You know, we didn't go straight for the 1DX. We were on what we could afford at the time. So we appreciate that. But we just think, you know, we'll tell you our experiences and where we've managed to end up. But it's all hard work. So that's our aim for the photography show.
We're probably going to be hopefully doing some live video, Facebook live video. Obviously, for the people in the UK that have been to the photography show, they know what sort of products are there. But for people in maybe the States or Australia and India, we have a big following from India. We do appreciate that. Thank you. The photography show is the British version of maybe Photokina, although we don't have big announcements and releases, but we have obviously all the lighting and flash manufacturers are there. We got all the camera manufacturers there, album printers.
A lot of big photographers as well come and do chats and things like that. I mean, I think we mainly go and have a look at all the new gear as well. Really, for us, that's what we like to go and have a nose about. With we're taking a couple of other photographer friends and that, and we may use them to do some videoing for us, so we can both get on video. But yeah, we're excited to go to that. We're excited to get 2017 started. Really, we're doing quite a bit of property over the sort of break between weddings at the moment.
We've been out today and shot 5 properties.
5 barns.
We have a wedding in February.
So that kind of moves us on.
That moves us on.
Yeah. Video reviews that are coming up.
Obviously, we've gone back to the show again quickly. We do follow quite a few big names on YouTube. If you see us at the show, or if we see you, we're going to say hello and introduce ourselves. So moving away from that, we talk about videos. Obviously, we will be doing weddings throughout the year, another commercial and probably type photography. But in relation to YouTube, the videos that we have planned to start off with,
I think one of the biggest ones that we've said is coming is a full big review of the X-T2. We've said it for a while, but we don't want to do it without properly testing it. And we kind of got the X-T2 at the time when we knew that we weren't going to be heavily doing weddings, because the last thing you want is to jump into a full-blown wedding with a brand new camera that you've not really had time to test, not really had time to learn and work out all the tweaks and the bugs and all of that. So we kind of planned it well, inadvertently really as well, but you know, it has planned well. We've learned a lot with just doing like property shoots with it, but we want to get some weddings under our belt and do a proper review of it and what we think. And I suppose it's going to be more of a long-term review as opposed to we've just got an X-T2, this is what we think. Yeah. Because we don't think you can properly, you know, say that this and this, this and this, and you know, hopefully that'll be some help a little bit further down the line for you.
And that will move on to a review of all the lenses that we have. We do have quite an extensive selection of lenses at the moment, which we'll run through. We have the 10-24 f4, which is actually filming us now. We've got it set manually focused. You've got the 16mm f1.4.
Yeah.
I've got the 23mm f1.4, the 35mm f2.
56 1.2, not APD.
No.
90mm f2, and you've got the
50 to 140 f2.8, which is sat behind me on one of the cameras.
So we're going to hopefully do a review on more dedicated review on each lens and how we think it is, sample images, all that kind of stuff. I've got Photo Raw, and I know a lot of you have mentioned the On1 Photo Raw software. I've got it. I've had a chance to play with it maybe a couple of times, but I want to get some weddings in, get some really nice shots in that, you know, even maybe we're doing composites or putting stuff together, and give a test. I'll do a big review test. This is how I've done it on one. This is how I'll do it in Lightroom, and see what the differences come out like. Are they sharper? You know, which one's processing it better? And hopefully, again, you know, that'll help you guys as well, and it'll help us. We need to to have a look and, do we move from Lightroom, which we both know very well and been using for years?
I think that maybe this year we might see some big updates to Lightroom to incorporate a lot more Fuji X-Trans files, just to assist with that processing.
And I think they've got to keep up. And I think this is a good thing that on One coming out, Capture One, trying to think of the other makes. They do. I can't think of it.
No.
You can get it on the Mac. That's a photo editor, very much similar Pixelmator. So there's no doubt, and I think Adobe needs to step up. They've got this massive following already because they were the only ones doing that kind of stuff. So they need to step up. All of these other ones are almost cheaper, really, because you can buy it once and you don't.
But it's the same thing as changing camera systems. It's when you change software, you're going back to basics.
Yeah, gotta learn it.
And if people have been using Lightroom since the original version, you've got your workflow set. You know exactly how you do it. You import your images. You'll arrange them. You'll flag them. You'll style them, and you've got it all set. But as soon as you start then going into other software, you're going to go back to basics again. And obviously, when you're doing weddings, we take maybe 1,500 images each. You want a nice, quick workflow. If not, you're going to be sat at the computer for days on end.
But then we've done it with Canon to Fuji.
Yeah.
So there is nothing stopping anybody or even us moving from Lightroom to whatever. So it's always going to be there. But I think it'll be a good experience. I'm still even learning today. It's a few little tweaks with Lightroom, and hopefully we'll share some of those experiences as well. But yeah, that's another big one for us to do.
And we'll be testing out or doing a review of the Nissin i60 Flash with the Fuji systems. I think a lot of you have been asking us to do that, so we will do that. Obviously, as you know, at the moment, the Nissin Flashes don't support high-speed sync, but apparently this year there will be an update, which will mean that the Flashes will be have to send back to Nissin.
So we've read.
Yes. Well, some big guy with tattoos told us. Anyway, he's on YouTube. I think you know who he is. So we've had to send them in, get them updated, because high-speed sync that'd be nice to have that on the.
I think it is a nice thing to have. We not necessarily use it all the time. It's just that odd moment. We will go high-speed sync, and half the time we end up in manual and setting everything up ourselves these days anyway.
Yeah.
And the other thing with the Nissan i60 is they're releasing the NAS air control for Fuji. So you can actually start properly controlling all the settings of the i60 and the D700 or something like that. I don't know what that is for Fuji, but that's what this system is built for. And I believe you can input other controllers on other makes of speedlight as well. So you can actually control like a Canon. That's the way I've read it. So that's released, either it has been or it's very soon it's going to be. So we may even try and get hands on that, because for like a wedding doing first dance stuff, we set speed lights up around, and we'll have control of reach and we'll be able to fire them off. So hopefully we'll get hands on that as well.
Also, going on to weddings, we're probably going to be just doing a few videos about using the Fujis for weddings. I know there's a lot of you that are wedding photographers and have made the change or are considering the change to Fuji for that purpose. So we're doing some general videos on that. If we do get time during a wedding, because when we do weddings, we're just rush. There's no time to stop. If we can, we'll try and do a little bit of video from a wedding.
Yeah, I mean that's sometimes hard, because obviously we're being paid for two of us to photograph a wedding. If we stop and we're starting to video stuff, our clients aren't going to be overly happy. But we'll see if we can find a wedding where we can do that, or at least we do sit down sometimes and have a break, and we might be able to stop then as well. But even if we might set up something on tripod on a video, on a tripod, and we'll crack on and then stop the video somewhere. But
I mean, we have got plans this year as well to do some sort of model photography. We've got a couple of people who we would like to work with models wise, and again we can probably do some tutorials on that side of things.
And again, that'd be using flash, not using flash. We've got an ice light, which is actually we use quite a lot for the videos to light us up, and we found that actually with the Fuji system, that ice light is awesome because of the way the noise is dealt with Fuji, and using that live view, you can put the ice light in and actually see all the shadows, and looking through there that's the image you're going to get, where before you could do it by eye, and with the Canons you're not going to get that often unless you did use live view. So we're hoping that you're just using like things like the ice light and window light and all that kind of stuff, we're going to use a bit more natural light as opposed to constantly flashing away. These are our aims. I mean, that image there in the background you just see, that was a 12,000 ISO image, and that was lit with the ice light, and it's lovely. And that was done with the X-T2. And there's noise. It's 12,000 ISO. There's going to be noise, but it's usable. It's one of our sort of images on our scrolling.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's scrolling. It'll come back around. So yeah, we're looking forward to, I think, doing that. Oh well, I certainly am as well. And I think we want to start slowing down at weddings this year. Weddings are so fast, and if you do weddings, you'll appreciate that. And you're so, I need to get this shot, I'm going to get that shot, I'm going to get that shot. And sometimes you end up getting a lot of shots, but you don't get the shot sometimes. And we want to just slow down a bit and actually, take that appreciation back. And I think doing film photography, analog photography, has kind of taught us that. When you get a roll of film in the back, you can't just snap, 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 because one, you don't know what you're getting, and two, you're so limited. You need to appreciate it and slow down. And I think I've kind of now taken that on board a bit, and hopefully when we do weddings, it'll just be, hang on, let's instead of just snap at that, let's just move, let's just line this up properly, let's think of composition, and let's get the shot as opposed to getting five and hoping for one sort of thing. I mean, it does work. We do get nice shots, but we need to go somewhere else. We need to take things to another level, and getting part of the Fuji system was a big part of that. And we think it is going to help, and it has already helped.
It helps with the electronic viewfinder, so when you're looking through your viewfinder, you can set all your dials up, and you can almost see you can see a preview of what image you're going to get when you pull that shutter. So that's really nice, and that's a good thing with the Fuji, because it does prevent you from having to take 3 or 4 shots to get the correct exposure that you want.
That's without flash, because obviously your flash is going to give you a different exposure, and it's not going to show you that as you look through it. But like I say, when you take like a nice window light, get a bride next to a big window, use like the ice light to sort of balance it a bit. As you're looking through that, as soon as you press that button, that's the shot you're going to get. And we even found on the short sort of shoots we've done with the X-T2, we've got a lot more keepers. Yeah, we've definitely got a lot more keepers, because you're not doing that bang, 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 bang. You actually, that's it. I know that shot is good because I can see it.
Obviously, we're going to do some analog photography. We are going to maybe do a little bit of film photography. That's more of a hobby for us at the moment. However, with the way film photography is coming back in fashion, who knows? Are they going to be people that want analog weddings?
Yeah, I think there is, and we need to update our website, because I think we could offer it probably alongside digital, not a full analog wedding. I don't think we're
ready for that. Not unless we want to buy a load of Hasselblads.
Well, but no, I think we could offer it. Even if it was a couple of rolls we've done, and people got that old with the new, but we got to test the water with that. Film analog photography went away a long time ago, but there's so much of it now on social media. It is coming back, and Kodak are trying to revive a lot of their old film at the moment, trying to bring that back,
which will be nice.
Exactly. So, yeah, we can see if we can kind of take that another step and add that into our mix as well, I suppose.
We are going to spend a little bit more time on social media, on our Instagram channel, Facebook groups, Twitter. We just try and spend a little bit more time on social media, which in turn will hopefully bring more people to our channel, our YouTube channel. We have just under 3,000 subscribers at this particular time. If that grows a little bit more, then we may look at maybe doing some Q&As. I know other YouTubers do Q&As. Even if anyone wants to ask a question, just comment on one of our videos. We do try and answer every question that people put to us. Some people give us advice, constructive criticism. We're happy with that. I comment on other people's videos if there's something there that I don't agree with or that I think they could do better. I'll comment.
I think I just want to quickly add to that. We're happy to reply to emails, but we have had a couple of people call us and ask us some sort of questions. And as much as we're trying to help anybody, we're also busy working. And with comments on YouTube and an email, we can pick that up at 2 o'clock in the morning if we've managed to stop, or we're doing something and we can sit down and we can go through that. If it's a phone call whilst we're on the run or something like that, we may almost sound rude because we won't have the time to talk to you then. And that's why we try and encourage comments and emails. And I don't think that's too much to ask, really. We've got our lives to lead as well. So if you do fancy or you want some information or ask a question, then if you can via comments or emails or any social media, then we can reply to that as and when we can, as opposed to
if we then get an email trail with you and when it comes to a point where maybe phone calls applicable, then we'll make a time when we can FaceTime or do anything like that. So but please, if you do want to contact us, just do it by email or through the comments first.
Yeah, and again, it's just so we're not, with our own clients and the phone goes, and it could be business for us, and we find out it's, somebody's asking us a question that we're not in a position to answer. An email can sit and we can, reply to that, or a comment can. So,
but comments on YouTube, we tend to reply to throughout the day.
Yeah.
As soon as we get a notification, we'll have a quick look and we'll give we either get a thumbs up.
Yeah.
If it's a comment that does need to reply, or if someone's asked a question, we'll reply. So we obviously appreciate our fan base at the moment. Obviously, we'd like to grow that a bit more.
And I think one of the other, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, the other target, goal, aim, whatever you want to call it, we have got is to really get into the Fuji system and maybe one day become an ex-photographer.
That'd be nice.
We think that'd be quite nice. We found, like we said earlier on in this video, so many subscribers now come through because we've gone to Fuji, and a lot of our videos are about Fuji. You guys out there obviously love Fuji as much as we do, and if we can get our hands on some new gear and test it out and all that, we're going to help you guys as well. So
Fuji, if you do watch this video, we'd love to try the GFX out.
Most definitely. But we also know we're not the best photographers in the world at the moment. We've got a lot of learning to do, and that's what we're now doing. We're pushing ourselves to a new system. We're going to try and take our photography to another level. We're always learning. Photography is always changing, really. There's always new stuff to learn.
I learned when I first started off. I was constantly on YouTube
watching.
I learned so much from watching people on YouTube. Obviously, that Nikon guy, Matt Granger, he was someone I watched. Got a few others.
And that's another thing we want to do is more tutorials. We've realised we've got into a lot of review stuff at the moment. And we've kind of gone away from doing some tutorials, so we want to do, as much as it may be a review at the same time, like when we do the flash one, it's kind of a review on the i60, but we want to mix that in with a tutorial. This is how setting the flash backwards, up, forwards, over the sides, what that kind of effect that does, and when using TTL flash, all that kinds of stuff. So and the other thing to say to that is, on our website we've got a blog. As much as we can, we'll blog when we video, but sometimes we don't video and we'll just blog. So if you fancy signing up to that, we've got a little subscribe area now on the bottom, and you'll just get an email in to say that we've blogged, and then it'll be down to you if you want to read that or not read that, and you can unsubscribe at any time. We don't have any ads on our website. You're not going to be bombarded with that. It's more just, if we can help you out through another medium, then we will.
Yeah. So I think that's really it. We're obviously going to do so much more in 2017, but this is just a little taster of what's to come.
Yeah. This was what was in our heads. We wrote a few things down that we've got in front of us just to remind us. Hopefully we'll get better at doing this as well.
We've been trying to look at the camera today.
Yeah, we've not got a monitor somewhere else. And again, we're going to try and change that as well. We're going to invest in a bit of gear, so we're doing better videos, and maybe even make a dedicated area so we're not constantly.
We have got a microphone on order.
Yes.
A new microphone.
Yeah.
I mean, we are using an external mic for this one, but it's just a little.
It's more of a
lapel.
Yeah. But again, we'll finish it off by saying if you want to see us do anything, tutorial, review, anything, then comment, email us. We'll start making a list. And you know, we're fed by feedback as well, as much as what we've got ideas to do. I ordered a new light meter that was on a Kickstarter thing that plugs into the bottom of my iPhone, and that can read colour, temperature, and light. It can do this. It's all flash based. I'm waiting for that to come. That'll be another review. We're going to tie that in with analog photography as well, so metering off before you do your film stuff. So there is plenty to do. New things popping in as I'm speaking. So.
Yeah, but people don't want to watch us rabbit on for an hour, do they?
No, so we're going to wrap it up. So thank you again, and here's to 2017, I suppose.
Yes, and see you at the photography show.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Ben, and you've been watching the Photography Team. Thank you.
Yes, I know we're idiots, but this is the little outtake from the start.
Cool. It's recording. Right, look at the screen. So it's. Ready? We should do outtakes. You ready? Hang on. Wait for it. Gonna give us that way.